Man, if I had a mic and I would just hit record and let it play, over the years, you will get at least 1 to 5, maybe 6 people that will have something to say to me when I'm on these stairs. It's never been anything like negative. It was one lady, I think like a year and a half ago. She was just, what you doing that for? Just upset. When there's like a little road to where you don't even have to go up the stairs, and she wasn't trying to go up them. She was just looking at the bottom. She said, why are you doing that? Okay, okay, move along. But it's usually like, what's she training for? Man, I didn't walk the dog and came back, and me and my wife didn't walk. You ain't been out here the whole time, have you? What I'm training for? I always say life. Training for life. And yes, I guess I have been out here the whole time. Because if I go home, I ain't coming back. And then you'll have, because there's like a big old field here, if you can see it. So you'll have people out there playing soccer, baseball, football. It's like football, quarterback coaches be coming out there. It's pretty cool. But then there's like track teams that be coming out here running on this track. And this morning, I think she was like a track coach. And she came out here with like 4 young ladies. And they were doing their exercises and just running. And one of them was kind of lagging. So the lady came up to me and she was like, you should do some coaching. I said, no, I shouldn't. Coaching on what? Right? How to run the stairs for dummies. She's like, no, I'm serious. Like, have you ever thought about being a track and field coach? And I said, not to be disrespectful. Why would I think about what about me would make you think that? She was like, just running the stairs. We've been out here for 45 minutes. You've been out here at the same pace. I said, okay, well, but no, I haven't thought about that. So the girl that was lagging came over and, you know, she was talking to her and the girl was just like real down. See, they're faster than me. And she was like, this right here is my cousin. Would you have any advice for her? I said, well, why do you think they're faster than you? She was like, if you can see. And I said, have you ever been the same pace as them? Maybe faster? Yeah, like last year. Oh, okay. Get out of your own head. You're telling yourself you're not fast, and then you're comparing. Get out of there. You get out of there. Once you get out of there, whatever you need to do to get out of there, you'll get back to where you were. I'm assuming, right? And I just left it alone. The lady was like, see? I said, nah, that's not me. Yeah, personally, I had to get out of my own head. When I got the heck out of there, telling myself what I couldn't do, right? What wasn't possible, what wasn't realistic, and then allowing myself to hear people say that, to somehow confirm it, I was fine. And then I just start, I gotta be real with myself. You be real with yourself, it's easier to be real with others. But if you lie to yourself, it's easy to lie to others, especially if you believe that lie. See, these videos that I do, especially the ones when I'm talking with my shirt off, it's not intended to hurt anybody's feelings. And I know I did a video on this, but there is kind of a little strategy in there. I know when I look at stuff and you're saying buzzwords, discipline, fitness, I need to see that. I need to see that somewhere on your presentation. But some cats, not a lot, have such a problem with me talking with my shirt off, not realizing the gym that's in there. Not gymnasium, because I'm in the gymnasium, but the hidden gem, the jewel. I'm talking doing long form videos, at least 10 minutes, at the most over 30 minutes. And I'm trying to stay on point, which I don't sometimes, and I'm sorry. You think I got time to be able to flex my abs up? 10 minutes in, I'm trying to remember what to say. So my point is, I'm talking to you about being in shape. I'm talking to you about being resilient, being fit. And I think it's my responsibility to look like that. I have a son, a 14-year-old son, who we come down in that garage and I run him through workouts. I'm not about to be doing the do as I say, not as I do stuff, right? I'm not gonna be like, hey, you need to do this if you want to see some abs and I have a gut. you need to do this if you want to be lean. And I'm 20-30% body fat. I'm not doing that. You know why? Because he's out and about in the world seeing his definition of somebody fit. I need to align with that or exceed that. And I'm not trying to confuse him. That's an impressionable age, 14. So fit only means fit with words, not physically. No. This is what I do in order to see the results. Here you go. That's all I got. And he's never seen anything different. He's never seen me just glutting out, eating whatever. Not since he's been on this earth. Because he's the reason that I changed. So he's never seen me drink, and he never will. He know about my refeed day. He's never gonna see me disrespect a woman, talk bad about his mom. Me and her aren't together anymore. I got nothing to say to her or about her. And I don't need him to know about that. And then he's never gonna see me like argue with my girl. We had disagreements. It ain't gotta be in front of him. All that yelling and craziness. Because I need him to know, how I treat women in my life. Just to lay that foundation. So he'll know. Another reason is because I'm selfish. When he was young, like little. He playing with all these muscly action figures. He can have Captain America and Superman and all their fictional powers. But I want to look like that. Hey, his dad should look like an action figure. That's a personal thing, right? But also believe in like something that we know nothing about. We don't talk about it. Generational health. We all talk about generational wealth. There's plenty of people out here that have like wealth passed on to them because their health and habits, they can lose all that. We see it. There's documentaries about it. If you go to Google and you type in generational, they'll plug it in for you. Be like trauma, wealth, drama. Like they don't say health, like passing down habits. Because these youngsters are going to go out into the world and do what they do anyway. What are they seeing at that impressionable age though? What are you showing them? And if you're lying on the interweb, then you most likely are lying at home. If you're real deceptive, weird camera angles, yeah, the truth is right there behind the phone. I can't do that. And I'm not a good liar. You got to keep up with lies, and people got to track lies. You got to remember what you told this person and that person. You're lying. And the same people will be lying, tracking the lie, who they told, when they told them, why they told them. And they'd be like, I can't track my food. It's so difficult. Well, track your food like you be tracking them lies. I've learned years ago that body, that vessel you in, it is a resume of your lifestyle, of your habits. And we don't like hearing that until we like to talk about it, until we want people to believe us. And then we got to, if it's like fitness related and you look at somebody and they're not really fit, then they're going to tell you what they going to do. They got the announcement, I'm working on this. Why are you talking about it right now then? If you're not there yet, in the world where everybody is vulnerable, where obesity is an epidemic, why do you feel the need to talk about it? Some days I don't feel I should be talking about it. And truth be told, that's where it kind of gets conflicting for me. Because I'll be like, man, why do you feel you need to be talking about this, Mike? I'll be asking myself that. But then I look around when I go out and about. And then I'm like, you know what, man? I'm doing okay for my age. I'm able to maintain this. I can lock in. And my lock in for me is normal. It's not some game, man. It ain't some lies. So maybe I should share it. But I ain't gonna lie, I'll be on the fence before I hit publish even on YouTube. Hence the receipts though. Man, I got thousands of pictures. Progress, right? Different phases on that scale. Different body fat percentages. Different foods that I've eaten. Right? Back in the day, I could just eat brown rice and chicken. And that was it. So dialed in. I eat when I'm hungry. Food is nutritional. But then I had a son, and I had to change that up. Funny story. Co-parent every other week. I would have my son one week. We would swap on Mondays. His mom the next week. And when my son was with me, vegetables, chicken, really didn't have no junk food in the house. Not to say you should let your kids eat all that stuff, but let your kids be kids. You was kids, right? But I didn't do that. I didn't step foot in the McDonald's or nothing like that when my son was like real young. So his mom had called and she was like, hey, a friend of mine is inviting us to a birthday party, a kid's birthday party. I'm gonna pick up CJ Saturday. I said, okay. She said, yeah, she got these expensive things. They got this big jumping thing and balloon makers and all this. They got some design cupcake person come in. I said, yeah, bet. Take him, man. He'll have fun with that. He get to the party, take a bite of a cupcake, and he spit it out. She calls me. What are you feeding him? What you talking about? What are you feeding him? He's spitting out the cupcakes. I said, maybe he don't like the cupcakes. And I said, oh, never mind. He don't even know what a damn cupcake is when he with me. So I had to change it up, man. And that's where my girl came into play. Because she started putting me on just different options, man. Keto or low carb donuts and stuff she was making. At one point in time, I was like, yo, let me really dial in on this physique. Give me about 8 weeks. We need to start putting some recipes out here. We just never did it. But she's more of the nutritional side of it. But once I dialed in on that, history. And because I was able to dial in on that part, I got the receipts. I'm not about to be like, man, I look like this, man. Or if I'm high I am now, and I'll be like, yeah, back when I was bigger, and I'm trying to teach you, but I ain't got no receipts to show you that I was. Nah. I got pictures of me being drunk, fat. That way, it aligns with the story. And then when I say, okay, if somebody be like, man, you lean as hell. I used to be leaner. No, that ain't possible. I got receipts. I know what I was. I was there. I was there. But it starts with getting out of your own head, man. There ain't no special YouTuber, Instagram person, self-help book, motivational quote that you haven't heard, that hasn't been recycled to you or shared. You hear them all. And they all tend to give you, if you're ready to change, they all tend to give you the same emotion and feeling. Then you get into your own head. You say why it ain't possible. Why this person has some hidden advantage. Why this is, happening to you, and how you had generational trauma and it's not possible for you until you find out that it is, because you look to your left or your right and you see somebody or you know somebody that's making it happen. And then you got a choice. Am I going to try to be like that person and overcome, get out of my own head? Or am I going to get pissy? Am I going to let it fester? Am I going to become a hater or a troll? Like, make a choice. Because of the tick-tock. Time keep on going. You don't know how long you're going to be here. And I believe this, man. One thing I heard one of these motivational speakers say, a couple of them probably said it before. I think once we're done here, not to sound all morbid, we do meet those different versions of ourselves. And the highest potential one, I don't want to not recognize that person. That person looking at me like, man, this is what you could have did if you would have got out of your own head. I don't want to be next to the lowest potential person. Be like, yeah, we was cool. This is just how we were. I don't want to do that. Yeah, once I got out of my own head, that envy, that jealousy stuff, once I knew what was possible for me. Let me put that out there, right? Because if you envy or you jealous of somebody that can fly, yeah, you earned that. You got that. I am too. I want to fly, right? But if you know something is possible for you, like once you let that go and you know it's possible and you acknowledge it, you say, man, I'm done playing. Let me get out of my own head. Then you know what happens? That envy and that jealousy, it turns into intrigued. It's appealing. I want in. Let me reach out to this person. Because I think that's possible. They might know a better way to approach it, a more efficient way. And if they don't want to give me the information, I'm asking somebody else. Because I already know I can do it. Truth be told, most of the stuff that I do is because I knew I wanted it. I hate the manifestation thing. when it doesn't pan out. Then people just use that. I'm manifesting and there's no work. Manifesting, like they're just gonna go like close their eyes and it's gonna happen. But I manifest, like for my doctorate. Education ain't gotta be a thing. There's your disclaimer. But man, I was running them stairs and I was working on my doctorate. And I remember there was this one event I had went to. And it was at this high school, St. Catherine's, I believe. So many people there. And when they invited us to the event to award a check, it's from another school. And the guy reached out to me from Notre Dame. He said, hey, I got a student coming here, but he's in San Diego. Can you go present the check? Yeah, I got you. Went there, right? I'm trying to get the directions over the phone. And then I pulled over and I emailed the lady. And for whatever reason, she gave us the directions. She said, I got some designated parking spots for you. And then when you get inside the gymnasium, there's some chairs. She had Dr. Brantley on the parking spot and Dr. Brantley on the chair. And I wasn't even like done with my doctorate degree. She didn't know I was working on it. For whatever reason, I manifested that. That moment was like, man, I got to get there. Because when they announced us to the stage to present the check to him, they said we have Captain Price, Army Ranger, and Dr. Michael Brantley. And everybody was just like, hey, I don't look like that. I don't look like, I'm tatted up, bro. I'm from LA. Only thing that looks distinguished about me is my glasses, because the Brantleys have horrible eyesight. But I was like, nah, I gotta get there. So I'm running the stairs, man. Once I finished that joint, it wasn't about if. Once I finished this joint, moving on to the next thing. I got out of my own head. And what's happening, it's like a double negative for some of us, or if you was anything like me. So you already in your own head, but what you can't do, what's possible. Then you're listening to people externally telling you. So they climbing inside your mind with their thoughts and naysaying and doubt. And then y'all just in there, trauma bonding on what ain't possible, on doubting yourself. Right, I lost all that weight in 2008. That rhyme. Dr. Seuss, Dr. Brantley, right? Green eggs and spam. But over the years, I've been seeing these stats that most people that lose the weight gain it back. That might be true, but I'm not most people. And I'm not special. I'm just not in that category. Because if I'm not in my own head, what I'm seeing out there definitely ain't gonna lock into my mindset. That's just me though.